This is the Raw Impact Unleashed.
The following Four Aces production is for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is highly advised.
All right. And we are here this time for the first time in what? God knows how long. I want to say well over a year. We're going pre-recorded.
Yeah, it's been about a year or so, huh?
Yeah, I want to say it's been a long while since the last time we did pre-recorded. We pretty much been on
The
every week
last
like
time
Capt.
we pre-recorded, we had to pre-record on a Wednesday, and our show was on Thursday. That's how long ago it was.
And we ain't been on Thursday, damn near. Shoot.
Forever.
But
anyway,
yeah, I agree.
I just want to say, the king has grabbed his throne again.
Who are we talking about here?
We talking about me.
Oh, I didn't check the prediction, so yeah, I assume you won. Yeah, I assume you said the revival. Yeah.
Yeah. I got him right here in front of me, bro. Right here in front of me. You hear the paper? Boom. We picked the same people in every match. Every match. But that tag team, and even, I even had Joe in the Fatal 4-Way in the U.S. title match. When I texted you, I was like, and you said Joe, I was like, yeah, me too. But anyway, the tag team title match was the only one that we had picked different. You had Aleister Black and Ricochet.
Yeah, I knew that much.
Winning. And I had the Revival. Well, just for the folks, you know.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to just like put it out there that you ain't the king no more, you know. But anyway,
it's okay. It'll last for 6 weeks till WrestleMania.
Until WrestleMania. Oh, so you gonna get me till Mania, huh? All right, that's fine. You want to motherfucking predict takeover? So maybe it could be a day early for you.
We can do takeover, but that's 6 weeks away though. That's 6 weeks away.
I'm just saying, a day. A day.
This week.
No, but
go ahead.
But check this out. Every single match that we picked was correct. We were correct on it.
Nice.
The Usos won. Motherfucking Daniel Bryan won.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch won. Or not? Yeah. Becky Lynch won.
Yeah.
The Shield won.
Yep.
Asuka won. The Boston Hug Connection won. And Joe won. So every match, we picked the winners of every match. We were correct. We were 100%. I was 100%. You was 97%.
97%. I'll take 97%. It's all good. I'll take this loss and recoup for WrestleMania. Like I said, that should be a decently predictable show. No. Yeah.
Well, usually we get like 3 of them right.
Yeah.
And then, there's like 4 of them that we fuck up, or we pick against, the winner of that one or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but anyway, it's never a full sweep, but it was just so fucking easy this time for Fastlane. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already see the setup for WrestleMania before Fastlane even happened. You know what I mean?
Fastlane is the final stop, but
yeah.
it's also like it's also a very predictable stop because you pretty much have an idea of who your champions are going into WrestleMania. Like, I'll give you a prime example: the fact that Joe won the title on an episode of SmackDown let me know that he was going to keep it till WrestleMania. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I have this weird feeling that for some odd reason, something was changed at the last minute, and that Fatal 4-Way match was actually supposed to happen at Fastlane.
Right. So check this shit out, man. I don't know if you watched it, but I watched the watch along.
Like the second screen experience.
Well, it's not really like a second screen experience. It's you don't get to see the matches. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You're watching people watch the show, but you're not watching the matches with them. You know what I'm saying? You're not watching it with them. Like, every once in a while, they pop up a box, and it's like somebody's entrance or a finisher or something like that, you know, to that nature.
Yeah.
But they're not giving you the pay-per-view with it. Right. You know, it's not like a simulcast where you're watching the pay-per-view at the same time while you're watching it with them.
Right.
You're just watching them watch it. Right?
Yeah.
So if you wanted to watch it with them, you would have to have two computers, like I do, and have one streaming over here and one streaming over there, and all your bandwidth is ate up, so you can't even make a phone call.
Yeah, no shit.
It was ridiculous. And when they did the split screen, I was like, man, y'all doing it wrong. The match should be the big TV, and the people should be the little TV. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about the little people. We can hear the little people. Let's watch the match. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck, y'all fucking this up. This ain't the experience I was looking for. But anyway, to get back to what we was talking about with the U.S. belt, R-Truth shows up, right? And Sam Roberts is in the room and shit talking about R-Truth, you lost your U.S. title belt, man. Are you trying to get that back? He's like, man, I don't know where I left it. Like last week I left it, and then I seen Joe had it, like, and he was supposed to bring it to me tonight, right? But we had this match, so I was like, cool, we have a match and all this. But then he left with the belt again, and I was like, that's my belt. Like, why you steal my belt like that? So right now I'm just looking for my belt. and Sam goes, let me get this straight. You didn't lose the match to Samoa Joe and lose your title. Samoa Joe stole your belt, and that's how you lost your belt? He's like, yeah, when Samoa Joe pins me, that's when he can say he's the U.S. champ. Otherwise, I'm looking for my belt.
Well, he's not the first to say it. He is definitely not the first to say it.
He said, I think little Jimmy got that motherfucking belt. And he's like, I think little Jimmy got my belt. And they was like, little Jimmy's back. He's like, he always around.
Not little Jimmy. One of my favorite R-Truth gimmicks of all time. Oh, man. Well, yeah. I like Joe as champ. I do like Joe as champ because the promos that Joe cuts just kill me. They make me laugh. Like, they make me laugh in a good way. Like, just like, yeah, dude, that's fucking Samoa Joe. Like, don't fuck with him. Don't fuck with him at all. So, okay, so let's get to this moment, dog. All right, so before we get to reviewing Fastlane and all, so me and Cole had pretty much the exact same thought at the exact same moment watching Monday Night Raw. Fucking Elias is out there doing his thing, right? In the middle, you know, Elias always got to get interrupted. And so, No Way Jose come out. And that nigga comes stomping down the ring. And to be honest with you, if it wasn't for the announcers, I might not have noticed because I wasn't really paying attention to the screen. But this...
Oh, I was paying attention. This motherfucker come out neon.
The announcers were like, what's wrong with... What's up with No Way Jose's hair? So Cole... And I didn't realize that he was texting me at the exact same time that I was calling him. to tell me how come No Way Jose look like some bleach blonde bitch that swim in the swimming pool too long and her hair turns green. And I believe my quote was somewhere around, why does he look like a marijuana Super Saiyan?
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, No Way Jose got a new look, and I don't think I like it. But Elias put him to rest anyway, and the hamburger, and somebody else from his little crew.
Man, I just think it was too much green.
Yeah.
Like, his hair could have been cool if his pants wasn't all green and his tape wasn't all green. And like, come on, man. Like, let's blend a little bit.
Super Saiyan, man. That's what's
like,
all
look
about.
At this neon motherfucker over here. He about to go hunt some werewolves.
He ain't hunting nobody in the dark, bro. I'm sorry. He ain't hunting nobody in the dark wearing that.
Neon Joe.
Neon Joe.
It's a TV show. John Glazer is a writer, actor, comedian. He was on Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
If you ever seen that,
yeah.
He was on there, and he had a show called something Neon Joe Werewolf Hunter. And this motherfucker wore this bright neon like suit, but it had cut off sleeves, and he was redneck. So he was from Louisiana and talking like hell, and right here, I'm gonna give me one of them hoes, boy. I tell you, like that. It was hilarious. It was a funny ass show. It was a little bitty, like 15-minute episode, you know.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Now he got a show talk about John Glazer loves gear, and he goes over all the gear, like skydiving gear and hockey gear and football gear and all the gear for everything.
Just something for him to do.
But yeah, no, that motherfucker. That's the second thought I had. The first thought was I was like, this motherfucker been in the pool too long, and the second thought was, is he about to be in season 2 or 3 of motherfucking Neon Joe?
I guess it's you know what, he's getting a paycheck when he's on TV. He's getting a check, so can't knock him for what he's doing. But damn, Neon, dude, tone down the neon. Tone down the neon.
It's not No Way Jose no more. It's Neon Jose.
Neon Jose. So all right, man. Let's start off with the main event of Fastlane. So instead of Becky beating Charlotte, she gets punched in the mouth and punches her ticket to WrestleMania, literally.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the main event of Fastlane. And Becky Lynch getting punched in the mouth.
By who?
Ronda Rousey.
She ain't get punched in the mouth by nobody. What the fuck you talking about? All right, so you didn't even see the punch. That's hilarious because when I was watch along, these motherfuckers was watching the big ass. They got a big ass screen that LeBron James bought, right? A huge ass wall screen. They watching this shit on, and the motherfucker said, "Who she hit?" He didn't even know that Becky Lynch had got hit, right? All right, so watching this shit three times, and the third time being in half speed because my computer can do that. Ronda Rousey does this whack ass knee drop, almost splits, but I can't do the splits, so I'm only gonna do a knee drop type thing, like ninja move that looked really fake as fuck, and hit her in the stomach.
Okay.
She hit her in the stomach. Not even
then
in
why
the face.
Was Becky Lynch? Then why was Becky Lynch wiping something off the side of her mouth when she sat up? Well, why was she selling a mouth punch? Like, watch her when she gets.
Maybe she was right. Maybe she had some spit on her face and she had to get it off. Anyway, she didn't hit her in her motherfucking face.
I'm not saying she did. I'm just saying Becky Lynch sold a mouth punch. That's what made me think she got punched in the mouth. Is I'm watching Becky Lynch and she's getting up and she's kind of.
She got punched in the mouth about 1,800 times throughout the match, bro.
Well, you don't account it today. You see somebody jump on top of her. You see somebody jump on top of her. I'm not saying that it is.
She took a knee beside her and like super punch the ground like Roman Reigns getting ready to do a super punch. That's what she did. She did a Roman Reigns getting ready to ooh-ah somebody. That's what the fuck happened.
Look, man, I'm not disputing anything that you're saying. I'm talking about I'm talking about the from the view of a fan who was just watching it in split second, didn't take the time to go back and watch it in slow motion or anything like that. It's just a glance at it. It looked like she jumped on top of her and hit her in anywhere from her stomach to her mouth. But Becky Lynch, when I look to see where Becky Lynch got hit, I'm following Becky Lynch and watching her get up and squeeze and reach for her mouth. So my instinct said, okay, she got hit, but she jumped on top of her and punched her in her mouth. That's why I said mouth. It's because from, like I said, I ain't go back and watch, because I didn't really care to go back and watch it and find out specifically where she hit her. It was just like, okay, she came in and got her disqualified. All right, cool. She's trying to make sure that it's going to be a triple threat. All right, whatever. That's ultimately, I'm not arguing the point of whether or not she actually hit her in the mouth. I don't really care whether or not she actually hit her in the mouth. I know why I thought she hit her in the mouth, but I could really care less whether or not she actually hit her in the mouth. The fact of the matter is she made contact with Becky Lynch enough to get Charlotte Flair disqualified.
Look. I don't even give a fuck. It's Ronda Rousey. The only reason I'm pointing out all the things is because casual motherfucking fans that you ain't one. You a motherfucking hardcore fan, correct?
Yeah.
All right?
But not that hardcore. I'm not looking at it over and over again.
It was so shitty that a hardcore fan couldn't even tell what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
That's how shitty it was. That whack ass drop to the. Oh my God, man, it's so bad.
Once again, never said it was good. I just said what I saw. It's not. It wasn't so.
That's the point I'm arguing. Yeah. It's fucking so bad that nobody can tell what the fuck she's doing. But anyway, I am looking forward to Becky Lynch coming out of WrestleMania with the title.
Yeah.
It's not my prediction, but that's what I'm looking forward to.
Hey, I would hope that she is. It's just like the Kofi Kingston situation. So I would hope that he's going to come out of WrestleMania with the title, because the hell that they're putting him through. Look, man, I'm going to say it like this. And they kind of brought this up during their conversation with Vince McMahon. Look, Vince, if you're trying to convince people that you're not racist, like some of the shit you doing right now ain't exactly leaning towards that way. Like that's not the way you're taking it, Vince. I'm not
racist, Kofi. I'm not racist, Kofi, and I'll give you your shot. You just gotta face 7 white dudes.
Half the goddamn roster.
From all over the world too, not just American white dudes. I'm gonna throw in a Canadian, a Swiss, a Irish, a Scottish. By the time I'm done with you, man, you gonna wish Hitler took over the world.
Oh man, no shit. Like I was just like, okay, yeah, no, I'm good.
No, when he said that shit, man, that pissed me off, man. Like it really pissed me off. It was like, what do I need to do? Yeah. Like, plain and simple, bruh. Plain and simple. What the fuck do I need to do? I need to suck your dick in front of everybody right now, motherfucker?
Do I need to join the Kiss Your Ass Club?
I'll swallow the gravy. I'll play with the giblets. Come on, like Kofi literally would have dropped down right then if that's what he had to do. I think that's what he had to do.
But here was the
thing.
He
would have done anything.
Is that I saw the match, or I saw him having to get a match. I saw that coming. The minute Vince McMahon said, "Oh, I got a WrestleMania announcement," I was like, "Okay, here we go. He's gonna have to fight in some match against like one of the top stars, and he would, and he's gonna have to get to WrestleMania." And then sure enough, Vince is like, "Yeah, you got a match against this guy." And Randy Orton's music hit. I was like, "Okay, that's perfect. Kofi versus Orton. It's going to be a great match. It was a great match before. Like, these two can go in the ring together. All right, cool." And I think it was Samoa Joe came out next, and I'm like, "Huh?" And then it was like, I forgot who came out next, and then it was The Bar, and then I was just like, why? Like, you didn't even put Daniel Bryan through this. Like, why? And that's when I came up with my talking point about Vince. If you are trying to convince people that you are not racist, this is not the way to go.
Nah. And just like I told you on the phone, when you called me with no way Jose popped up. When I told you on the phone, I was like I don't like the race card. Yeah. I don't like to play it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, you know. I will if I had to. You know, cop pulls me over, yes sir, no sir. Right on. To the low.
Yeah.
Have a good day, sir. Be safe. You know, like I'll do it. I'll do it. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like it. And I don't like people to use the race card because most of the time it's unwarranted. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just used there because I can. You know, it's a crutch.
Right.
And Kofi, when he goes, because you ain't never had nobody that looks like me in that position before. You ain't never done it. I was like, thank you, Kofi. Thank you. Use the race card. Please use it. Like, pull that motherfucker out, slap it on your forehead, and stick it there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's the truth. Yeah. It's the truth, bro. Like,
well, I'll say it like
nah,
this.
They ain't racist. If you say, nah, they ain't racist, they ain't prejudiced, they ain't this, then you motherfucking don't know shit. You don't have your eyes open, and you probably are racist and prejudiced.
Well, no, and I'll say it like this. I have a different definition for that particular word phrase that you use, the race card. So for me, the fact that Kofi was telling the truth meant that he wasn't using the race card. Like, I've always said that race card is something that to me doesn't exist because its original use of the word and the term is to disqualify valid points about differences in race, and now it's gotten to a point where people use it to denote a misuse of race in a situation. Oh, you're playing the race card. Yeah, but where the term originally came from doesn't jive with that, because it was actually used to try to discredit people who actually have valid points. And so when we use it about people that don't have valid points, it's kind of a misuse of the word, because how Kofi used it would actually be, if Vince McMahon turned around and said you use the race card, he would be using the phrase and the term correctly. But I just don't think in that particular term. It's funny because it's like it's a double-edged sword for me, because he's telling the truth, I don't consider it using the race card. I consider it just telling the truth. But also, if Vince McMahon were to turn around and say you just used the race card, he would be using the term in its proper terminology, because Kofi was bringing up a valid term.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing a proper thing. I'm not doing an origin story of the thing. I'm just saying, like that's how I explain what he's talking about. He pulled race into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he's playing a card, you know, like the actual term. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying he mentioned that. You know, he said that.
And like we said, valid.
Like you said, most race card bullshit around now is exactly bullshit. It's not race card. You know what I mean? Like, it's not true.
So, but Kofi, like I said, that was one of the deepest promos I've seen in a long, long time. Like, it was great. But like I said, at the end of it, by the time we got to the seventh guy that was coming out, I was just like, why? Like, it just really, like I said, I go back to my original point over and over again. Vince, if you are trying to convince the world that you're not racist, and you somehow think that even like having him win at WrestleMania is going to prove that you're not racist, I'm sorry to tell you, but like every step of the way, when you look at Kofi's journey, it's like, yeah, Vince, yeah, it's really leaning more towards racist than not, sir. Because would you, yes, and people can lean back on Daniel Bryan. Well, we put Daniel Bryan through hell. Yeah, but Daniel Bryan won the title and was stripped of it a couple of times before we got to this point. And I don't remember Daniel Bryan having to go through 7 guys. Like 7 of the top stars in the company in order to get to WrestleMania.
Yeah, but you don't know if Daniel Bryan, sucked somebody's dick or not. You don't know. You just don't know, bro. You don't know what happened. You don't know the stitch.
That's true. That's true. I can say that. But I'm not saying it's a white black thing, because I think it's, to be honest with you, I think Vince, it is a white black thing for Vince sometimes. I don't think that he necessarily thinks that his, outside of The Rock, I don't think that he thinks that a lot of his black employees are marketable as the heavyweight champion, as the face of the company, etc. But I also think Vince has an issue with small guys, and he always has. And Kofi just happens to be black and small, so he kind of just doesn't fit Vince's criteria of what he expects to see, And it took a lot for Daniel Bryan to fit into the criteria because he was small, So with Vince, he has, and I wouldn't necessarily, I'll say it like this: I wouldn't necessarily call it racist. I think Vince has a specific image in his head for who he wants to be the face of his company.
Yeah, it's definitely a prejudice. He's definitely prejudiced against small, black, motherfucking non-talented. Truly, if he was racist, R-Truth wouldn't have a motherfucking job.
Exactly.
That motherfucker is so ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like.
And how many titles does he won in WWE?
Don't want to be around no ghetto people, even if the ghetto people make them laugh.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And R-Truth has only really once been in the heavyweight title picture in his career, once or twice, I believe. But he stayed in the mid card championship. And see, I think that's a part of it where people go, well, see, from the other side go, well, see, there's been plenty of mid card champions that have been black. Yeah, that's great, but there's been very, very few minuscule in comparison to the amount of black athletes he's had on. Mark Henry should have been WWE champion multiple times before he retired. He was good. He was damn good.
Yeah. We was pulling for him just as hard as we pulling for Kofi now. Yep. When he was going up against John Cena after he fooled everybody with the retirement speech. Yep. And he did not succeed. Yep. Vince did not give it to him when everybody wanted him to have it. This motherfucker should have got a fucking Emmy for his performance, an Oscar at most. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. But and here's where you're gonna hear me play the opposite side of I'm not necessarily fully convinced that Vince, and just for full disclosure for people listening, I have different tiers of racist. A lot of my other friends that are African American don't like this, but I have tiers of racist. There are like people that are fully racist. There are people that are kind of partially racist, and then there are like closet racist. Like there are tiers to racism. Like it's not everybody is a full on like let's go hang this boy and lynch him racist.
It's kind of like. It's kind of like your coffee. You got a light roast, a medium roast, a dark roast,
exactly,
a burnt.
Exactly. So,
I'm more like a light roast because I be fucking with everybody.
But I think that Vince is on that medium tier where like he's not necessarily full on like I don't like black people, but like I said, I think he has a specific image for what he wants representing his company, and unfortunately that image does not include dark skinned people. So unfortunately they don't as long as he's running the company the way with his hands in everything, they're never going to receive the type of quality opportunities that they should, that a lot of them have deserved. Or when they do receive them, they're not going to get over that hump and actually win the title. But I think
you got to think now. Not only not only is it Vince's decision, ultimately it's the board decision.
Right.
He got 10 people that really make the final decision.
Right.
He can't make a move without their say so. So you got a whole bunch of other type of people that's coming together and saying, oh well, our brand is this, and this, and we're looking to sell to this, and this. You know what I'm saying? So you can't only put it on Vince, but pre what was it, 2001, 2002 when they went public?
Yeah. Now there's a board as opposed to just Vince sitting at the top in his throne running things. And you
would think in the last, 18 years or so that they've had the board that some changes would happen, but you got to see who's running that board.
Yeah. Well, I honestly think that when Vince finally does, like, not necessarily leave the WWE, because I don't think he'll ever do that. I think he'll always be at
No,
shows and
he gonna die out, bro. He gonna
yeah.
die.
But whenever
He gonna be having a heart attack backstage, and he gonna run out to the ring and be like, "God damn it, I'll never die."
he gonna be done. No, but when Vince finally
Does
go,
and then the music, no chance. What happened?
So when Vince does go eventually, and we see people like Triple H take over the company, I think that's when you'll start seeing guys get more respect just for their in-ring skill as opposed to the color of their skin. You know what I'm saying? It won't be as big of a deal with him. I don't necessarily think we're going to see a grand number of more variety of champions of Latino and African American descent, Asian descent, etc. But
you think shit's gonna change? You think shit's gonna change with Triple H, man? Look at his clique.
yeah, but I think some of those older guys, like a Kofi Kingston, those guys that have been around and been servicing the company for years, I think Triple H is a loyalty guy. And I think if you've shown loyalty to the company, Triple H will show loyalty to you. I think that's the type of guy that he is. I don't think that necessarily, like I said, I don't think that it's one of those type of things where he'll be like, yeah, we should start pushing, colored athletes more often. No, I don't think it'll be like that. I don't think it'll be specific guys that he's grown to know in the locker room that he just feels, you know what, dude, you never really got a fair shake with Vince, so I'm going to give you a fair shake. Go out there and do your thing, and if you can get over with the crowd, we're going to get you a title shot, and we're going to get you a title run. I think that Triple H is more of that guy, where I think that, yeah, he, like, Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, trust me, it's not lost on me, bro. But I think that he's also one of those guys that, like I said, if you've been with the company for a while and you've been loyal and you've gone out there and you've grinded and you've been that workhorse that showed up every week, that was doing the thing and got over with the crowd and tried new gimmicks and did whatever it took to stay relevant, I think Triple H is one of those guys that'll reward you without question.
Triple H will give you whatever you want. You can come and whoop Ric Flair's ass.
That was one of the worst promos by Triple H and anybody for a long, long, long time, bro.
I was like, what do you want, Dave? What do you want? Is that what you want? Is this what you? I'll give you everything you want. Like, I ain't fine with them. Why'd you ask him what he wanted? Just why didn't you come out with like, whatever you want, you got it. See you in Mania, bitch. Like, that's it. That's the whole promo. Don't waste my time, motherfucker. I want to go see. I want to see Alexa Bliss booty or something. Like, show me something else.
And hopefully she bends over at WrestleMania now that she's the host and all,
Oh yeah, I'm definitely watching Mania now.
And I'm not saying that because she's.
I was already gonna, but I'm definitely gonna watch it now.
I don't know, man. It might cause me to turn off certain segments of WrestleMania. I'm not a huge Alexa Bliss fan.
Man, because I don't care what they say, I don't care what they do, as long as I can see some booty.
A little off topic, real quick. I just saw a meme the other day that showed Captain Marvel, and she was like, "I am here to help you." It was something that she said. It was a quote from the movie, and it turned around and it showed a picture of Rogue from X-Men. It said, "Bitch, please." Now, for those of you who don't understand that reference, in the comic books, Rogue was actually one of the only people to stop Captain Marvel because she was able to take her powers. And now that Fox and Disney have crossed over, there's talk of an Avengers versus X-Men movie.
I did hear that.
So,
Captain Marvel in the movie got her powers differently than she did in the comic.
Okay. Well, no. She didn't give her powers. I'm saying Rogue took her powers from her at one point. I forget what the storyline was, but Rogue took her powers from her. And I think she gets them back later on, but at some point, hopefully we'll see that on the big screen. Hopefully, if this X-Men versus Avengers,
she touched her.
Yeah, because she touches her. Like, yeah. Like, I
She
forget
touched her and took her powers.
Yeah,
but did they just make her like a half breed then?
I guess so. I haven't seen Captain Marvel, so I don't understand.
Well, all right. In the comic books, Captain Marvel gets into an accident, and the Kree do experiments on her and do blood transfusions and all this shit, and basically her powers come from the experiments.
Okay.
In the comics. Okay, in the movie, she gets into an explosion. The explosion gives her powers, but she almost dies, and the Kree give her a transfusion to keep her alive. And but the explosion, what really gave her powers was the Tesseract. Okay. It was inside the engine that exploded, so she has Mind Stone, motherfucking the Gauntlet powers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She has. Yeah. What stone was in the Tesseract?
No, I'm trying to remember because the Mind Stone was the yellow one in Vision. The Soul Stone was the purple one. No, that's the Power Stone.
No, that's the Power Stone.
The Soul Stone was which one? Was it the red one?
Red was reality.
Right.
Green was motherfucking
time.
Space.
No, green was time. Green was the one that whatchamacallit gave him, Doctor Strange.
Was blue space then?
I think blue was space, yeah.
Okay, so she has cosmic power. There you go.
There you go.
So, but yeah, so that's how she got her power in the movie.
Nice.
But yeah, since it's Rogue, I mean, yeah, she just gotta touch you and she take your shit. So
yeah. So I'm like, I can't wait. Like I said, with the Disney Fox merger, I can't wait to see those two those two personalities and characters on screen together. Now, of course, I also heard that Disney's saying that they're recasting the entire X-Men series. Pretty much everybody except for from the X-Men universe is being recast except for Deadpool.
Yeah, the first class cast.
Yeah, they said they're not even using them. They said they're recasting everybody. They're recasting Wolverine. They're recasting Professor X. They're recasting everybody. So the Dark Phoenix, this movie that's coming out, is the last ride for that crew. Oh,
seriously? That sucks.
Yep. So they said they're thinking about retaining, the article that I read said that they're thinking about retaining Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. But that's the only one that they're thinking about doing.
Fine. Her last fucking role with them was fucking, she was shitty as hell. She fucking, everything you know doesn't matter. Whatever your parents told you doesn't matter. You're X-Men now. Man, what you talking about? It doesn't matter. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Like 90% of the shit that my parents told me did matter and does matter. And the shit that you telling me is I just gotta fight. That's all. So shut the fuck up, bitch. But no, they had a lot of problems with her on set because she at that time of that movie she was big money bitch. She was the Silver Linings Playbook and fucking 97 other movies that she was in. So she was big money bitch being a bitch to everybody. And yeah, so yeah, fuck her.
Well, like I said, they're thinking about keeping her, but most likely Disney said they're going to recast everybody. I also heard that Disney's coming out, and I think I told you this before, Disney's coming out with a animated series based off their What If books.
Yeah, you talking about that.
Yeah, so that's something.
We on commercial?
No, but we can go to commercial real quick, and then we'll come back and start rebooting, talk some more wrestling. You're listening to the Raw Impact Unleashed.
On Spreaker.com, Voices Presents Radio, and iHeart, and Spotify, and if you're on Mars, you're listening to us on M-Tunes with a Z.
Hey, listener, Dutch here from Voice from the Underground, the podcast. My co-host and I want to invite you to check out our little corner of the podcast verse. At Voice from the Underground, we talk about all the crazy happening around us and try to make a little bit of sense out of the nonsense with little to no results. If the idea of hearing three semi-intelligent, outspoken nerds talk about politics, social issues, current events, sports, movies, pretty much anything that we decide to talk about because, well, it's our show, appeals to you, grab your shovel and come on down to the underground, and then consult a qualified psychotherapist. Find us wherever you get your podcasts, just not where you buy your weed.
Voice from the underground.
Man brain. You know you want it. You know you need it. Let me introduce you to our team of audio professionals, 100% committed to giving you the greatest extreme comedy podcast of all time.
What's SPH? I'm so super cute.
Send me your orgasmic release videos.
You can get it rootin'. You can get it tootin'. You can get it doing doughies in your yeet. Mi nombre es Tío Yeti. And you just laugh at little Hank. I ain't gonna pretend I is fresh. But looks like you might like that.
And most importantly, I'm Skullfucker. Rah! Go to manbrainpodcast.com to get orally violated. Manbrain out.
So, what's up? Steve Fingerstyles here, the host of the podcast spelled DA, of course. Tune in each and every week to hear what pisses me off, what angers me, what I make fun of, and of course, my crazy rants. I also have incompetent co-hosts, cool guests, and a silent producer that sucks. So what more do you need from a podcast? You can listen on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and the Pod Bros Network. Peace.
Yeah. All right, we back on air. Yo, what's up, y'all? What's up?
Yeah.
All right, so now getting back to wrestling. Daniel Bryan did retain his championship.
Waka, waka, waka.
Waka, waka, waka. Now, here's the fucked up thing that Vince did to Kofi at Fastlane. Kofi, they told the McMahons wanted to see Kofi Kingston in the office about the WWE Championship match. So, Kofi shows up in the office. Vince gets to talking to him. Vince is like, I'm gonna make the match a triple threat match. Everybody's like, yeah, awesome, Kofi. He's like, all right, Kofi, go on ahead and get out there right now. Kofi runs out to the ring. They announce him. He comes down to the ring. Then all of a sudden the announcer goes, wait a minute, the triple threat match for the WWE Championship will happen later tonight. Right now, this is a handicap match.
Handicap match. And both participants will be fighting at the same time.
Yep. Oh, man. And so Kofi ends up getting a beat down from the bar.
Yeah, from cream cheese.
Yeah, from cream cheese. And takes the beat down. And the WWE Championship match ends up being a triple threat match anyway. Only difference is... I think I lost Cole. Yep, I lost Cole. Hold on. Only difference is that the triple threat is Mustafa Ali is inserted with AJ and or not AJ, but Kevin Owens and Bryan. It was one of the weirdest situations I've ever seen. Like it made you kind of feel uncomfortable the way Vince did it. Like I was just like, all right, like it just didn't make no sense.
Nah, it didn't make no sense, bro. It ain't made no goddamn sense at all. But what pissed me off, man, what really pissed me off, man, was Mustafa Ali getting that spot.
Yeah.
Like, I know it was his original spot.
Right.
Kofi took his spot in the Elimination Chamber and so forth and so on. Okay? But you got injured, player. That means you gone. You out your spot. That ain't your spot no more. That's Kofi's spot.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, KO comes back. KO takes your spot. So not only the two people got your spot, wait a minute, you get a spot again? Fuck that shit. Nah, man, you was hurt. Go over there. You live showing it for a month. Fuck that. You fuck with my storyline? You fuck with my storyline and you think you gonna get a spot? No.
And that's the thing that upsets me the most is just like it was a big slap in Kofi's face. But once again, I think we're building to the WrestleMania moment, and hopefully we are, because if all of this builds to a WrestleMania loss, yeah, I'm just over it. Even though Bravo, once again, this did lead to a we snapped great moment from the New Day on SmackDown Live on Tuesday, though, as the New Day came out and decimated, who was it? Aleister Black, Ricochet, the Hardys, the Bar, and who was the other tag team?
Oh my God, bro. I got this brownie. My boy brought me some weed earlier, and he goes, I put a little something in the bag for your little special gift, and it's a brownie, right? I just pulled it out the bag, bro, and it's wrapped up in some plastic wrap. Bro, I don't even want to nibble on this motherfucker. It smells so strong. Like, this shit gonna knock me the fuck out. Nom, nom, nom. I'm about to eat this shit and sleep good tonight.
Who's the fourth tag team goal? Breaking through the story about weed.
Huh?
Who was the fourth tag team? It was the Bar and who? And then on SmackDown Live, when New Day came out and beat everybody up.
I don't know. Damn. Everybody. They got everybody.
They beat down everybody. The cookie and the brownie already taken effect, and he ain't even ate it, y'all.
No. Like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But we was also on the phone. So, like, I didn't rewatch SmackDown, so I don't know exactly who all they beat down. I remember they beat down a good team though, like a face team, face team.
So
I remember that.
No, they beat down Aleister Black and whatchamacallit.
Yeah, there you go.
And the Hardys,
And the Hardys, yeah, there you go. I was like, because it was surprising to me that those four were involved in it, because I didn't see it. But when they were talking about it, because the after effect of later on, when they were talking about it, I was like, damn, they really snapped. If they beating up heels and faces, if they beating up the good guys, they snap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh man,
it's like, we don't give a fuck. We fucking everybody up.
Oh man!
Hey, what's your name? Fuck you.
What's your name? Not anymore. Your name is my foot in your ass. Ah!
Yo man, your name is I don't know, George. Which way did he go? Which way did he go?
Oh man, but yeah, that was a pretty good match. And now, who was it? Was it Rey Mysterio? I believe that pinned Samoa Joe this week in the tag team match. So we may be seeing a Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe U.S. title match coming up soon.
Possibly.
Hopefully. And then
we will see.
And then I'm going to call it, at WrestleMania, we're going to get Zelina Vega and Carmella versus Andrade and R-Truth. Watch.
So it's going to be R-Truth and Andrade against two women. Okay.
Shut the hell up. No.
That's what you just said?
I know. It'll be Carmella and R-Truth versus Andrade and Zelina Vega. Aleister Black's wife.
And on that note, 7-second dance break. All right, we back.
All right. 7 seconds. Oh, man. I did like the promo that the Usos cut as well this week.
You know what I like?
What?
You know what I like?
What do you like?
That the Usos, the fact that the Usos retain their belt, and the second fact that Shane McMahon beat the shit out the Miz.
Yeah.
In front of his daddy. He should have whooped his daddy ass too.
He technically
just grab
did.
His palm face in his face. Just gonna stink palm his face. Be like, you smell my palm? You smell my palm? That's my ball.
Oh man!
Like he should have knocked him out. And it was good that like how they probably told his dad, hey, try to come over the barricade, like act like you coming over the barricade and stuff, because they had security holding him back. He was trying a couple of different times to get over the barricade to help Miz, and the security guard there was holding him, like he would anybody. But I think that's a little more staged than normal. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think his dad would have tried to jump the barricade anyway. Because he knows it's a show. You know what I mean? So they let his daddy be a little bit a part of the show like that. Which was good because I noticed it. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't notice Daddy sitting there looking dumb. You know what I mean? Like Daddy was getting a little emotional and involved. I enjoyed it. But yeah, my first reaction was when Shane went to him. Like after Shane beat up the Miz and went back to his daddy, was like, "That's because of you. He's because of you. Like this is your fault." And he was about to grab his face. I was like, "Come on, Shane, just smack the shit out of him. Just one smack, and then that super." Inflames the rivalry that you just started.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Miz is now ultimately it wasn't as good as the fucking Austin fucking Bret Hart, the switcheroo, the heel turn, face turn, because the Miz has been slow rolling the face turn or trying to be a face, for the past month or so with Shane. He's been trying, which has been it's been a 50-50 deal. You know what I'm saying? Some people like it, some people don't. You know what I'm saying? But this right here solidifies him as a face now. And Shane, of course, solidified as a heel.
Right. Which surprised me.
So now,
because I honestly thought
I think...
Go ahead.
Just to get back to my point of his daddy, I just think instead of the palm grab was good, the face palm and all that was good. But I think to really fuel the fire, a smack. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a smack's coming later. Maybe that to send Miz over the top. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you put your hands on my daddy now, and he's gonna be like, oh. So you don't let me put my hands on your dad? Oh, what about this? Bow! It throws an elbow or some shit. Something's gonna build up to it. But I think that's really what's gonna trigger Miz to go crazy, because it's all about I want to make my daddy proud. I gotta make my daddy proud. My daddy's gotta love me. Gotta get my love. Gotta make my daddy proud. So this right here is all about the Miz saying, "This is for you, Dad. This is for you. He'll never touch you again. Nobody will put their hands on you again." That's where it's going.
Yeah. And I can see that. I didn't see I didn't see the beginning of SmackDown to see the Miz's response to Shane over it at all. But to me, I liked it. Like I said, I liked the initial turn itself, but it did catch me off guard. I did not see Shane because at this point, remember, I pitched the idea a couple of weeks ago that Shane is basically the good guy to Vince being the big baddie, when he's coming in and changing matches and putting people in here and I figured Shane and Stephanie would be kind of like the yin to his yang, but watching Shane turn on him like that was like, whoa, hey, okay, this is a different way to go with it. But all right, I figured somebody was going to turn on somebody, but I always figured it was going to be Miz turning on Shane. I didn't figure that it was going to be Shane turning on Miz.
Well, that's why this is so good.
Yep.
And plus, Triple H and Stephanie have both played that heelish character as of late. even though they've given in to certain aspects of things, they were still heels to Becky all the way up until she's saying sorry, and then they trying to shake her hand, and then Vince coming out and screwing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wasn't nice then. They wasn't faces then. They were just heels trying to get what they wanted, and which that was Becky to say she's sorry. You know what I'm saying? That's a forced apology. Right. That's not what a good person does. A good person doesn't force you to apologize. A good person waits for you to apologize, and if you don't, they move on from your ass. That's a good person. But anyway, so Shane was the last face, man. The last glimmer of hope that we had in the corporation. And the corporation now, it's all Evil Corp.
Yep. It's all
and like I told you in the text message the other day, man, this is the third rendition. I can't even say the word right now. The brownie is kicking the fuck in. This is the third rendition of the motherfucking Evil Corp. So technically, its initials are EC3. Evil Corp to the Third Reich. Not to be confused.
So is this E Corp like? Is this E Corp like?
Yeah, just like Mr. Robot.
I was just gonna say like Mr. Robot.
Yeah, just like Mr. Robot, bro. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's all connected, bro. It's all connected.
All connected, huh? Oh man.
Yeah. right here on the USA Network.
You know, it would make sense, huh?
Yeah, right here on the USA Network, bro.
Oh man. Yeah, so last thing we'll talk about before we wrap this up is that you heard that the move to Fox. Fox has supposedly asked the WWE to produce edgier content for its move over to Fox.
Yes.
I think Fox is trying to recreate the ratings from the Attitude Era. Do you think WWE and Vince will go for it?
Well, depending on how raunchy Fox wants it, I don't think Vince will go too raunchy, you know what I'm saying, and go too far. But as you've seen, like 2 months ago, we seen Alexa Bliss get walked in on with no shirt on. We didn't see nothing, but that's, still subjective. It's putting your mind in a place you ain't supposed to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that, and then, it's had the Mandy Rose hotel thing. So that it's not like they afraid of going there. They will go there. It's just to what extent. I don't think it'll go so much as to we got to chop Val Venus's dick in half. I don't think it'll go that far.
Yeah.
Because I watched that on Raw.
Yeah.
On Raw.
Yeah,
TV.
I did too.
Monday Night Raw. Yeah, Raw is war. We got to cut this dick off with a katana. Okay. That's what I watched. That's the wrestling I watched. I don't know what you be watching, but that's what I watched. I don't think they need to go that far. I don't think we need that.
Right.
But, little gang mentality here and there, little roughhousing outside of the ring. Sexiness. You can bring back sexiness without being fucking, porno.
Yeah. Just whatever you do, don't bring back divas. Just leave the whole diva idea in the past. Don't bring back divas.
They way past divas, man. They way past that shit.
So, but all right, man. That sounds like it's gonna wrap it up for us today. And we'll catch these motherfuckers next week. Well, nigga, I got homework to do. I still got to post another thing on my homework.
Oh.
Was there anything else you want to talk about?
SmackDown, when they go to Fox, SmackDown going to Friday nights, motherfucker.
Is it?
Yeah, look it up.
All right, I'm going to check that out. So we're going to be back to Friday Night SmackDown, huh, instead of Tuesday night. Are they going to be live again? So they're going to be doing the live shows? Are they going to be live still? Or are they going to be free?
Yeah, we fucked, bro. We got to change something.
Really?
I got the email last night. No, see, it's not set in stone. None of the shit with Fox is set in stone yet.
Yeah. we'll see how
when it's
everything
set in
plays out.
stone, that's when we got to decide something.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
But I know Tuesday Night Dynamite about to start up, and that's gonna be off the hook.
AEW, baby.
AEW.
So let me see. You got any shout outs, brother?
Nah, not this week, man. I mean, shit, check out Hood Slam. They should be going down somewhere tomorrow, Oakland Metro Opry House. Motherfucking, I know there's some wrestling going on. It's the weekend, so something got to be going on. I'm leaving town, so I don't know.
He's leaving town, so he don't know. Well, I don't see anything too big going on this week, so all right, that'll wrap it up for us for this week. Any last?
Then, man, let's just get the fuck on out of here, then.
That's the plan, brother. That's the plan.
Let's just go home. Let's go home. Take it to the house.
Next up should be a live edition of K-Double's Fifth Period Music Class with me bringing you that Motown and doo-wop.
Should be. What you mean, should be?
I might pre-record it tomorrow afternoon before the show airs. Shit.
Okay.
Yeah, my Friday night to myself. Right. Shit. But y'all listening to this on Friday night, so it should be an edition, whether pre-recorded or live. There should be an edition of K-Doubles coming up at 8. And other than that, y'all have a great night, and we'll see y'all next week.
Take it easy.